Hello, everybody. My name is Rhino. You might remember me. You're probably new because, let's be honest here, my channel was absolutely nothing, most likely before I uploaded this video or the subsequent videos following it. Now, this is my face, as you can see. If you recognize this face, no, you don't. This face has done many bad things, which it regrets horribly. Very, very much. If you knew this face whenever it was doing very bad things, I apologize. However, now, we're playing some Stardew Valley, which I picked up during this Steam sale. I picked up my bed by accident. Now today I'm just going to be, I might make this a little ASMR Let's Play every now and then, I don't know, but for now in this video I'm just focusing on clearing up the actual farmstead. Focusing on the trees at the moment. I'll just randomly tap on keys to get a little more ASMR for you guys, but I'm just going to be talking about my life a little bit, not too much so I don't bore you guys to death, but started 2 jobs, worked myself to death doing those, had a seemingly good job opportunity float my way, applied to it, quit my job prematurely when I was still working, and without a 2 weeks notice, so I feel bad and I likely won't be able to be hired by that company again. In this company that I'm going to work for, or I was going to go work for, the hiring guy is like not responding to my texts and blowing me off and stuff, and I don't know what's going on. I would at least like to know, like, if he hasn't made a decision, if he has, and it's just not me, if it is me, or whatever is going on, you know, so I know what the heck to do. I would like to be able to do ASMR full time, but I don't see myself doing that, you know, anytime soon, no matter how much time I put into these videos, you know. Like, I suspect it would take like a year of consistent uploading to be anywhere near where I would have to be to, you know, make money off of this and not have my family breathe down my neck about not having a job. And I don't mind working, that's not my problem personally. It's just that most jobs are just completely mind-numbing to me. I can't do them. Like, my family, my grandparents, I should say, are mainly just suggest me do, like, factory jobs, manufacturing jobs and shit. I can't sit on an assembly line in a factory, you know, for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And then some, possibly, you know, if they make me work overtime. Like, I can't do that. I could do that 4 days a week, maybe, you know, but it's, and places aren't flexible. You can't say, oh, well, I'll work 4 10-hour shifts. You can't do that anywhere. No, I'm exhausted. You just can't do that, and it's absolutely insane to me. Like, my last job, this one that I quit, it was stocking a grocery store. Like, I didn't hate the work, it's just this one, I mean, the work kind of sucked, but this one dude just made it so unbearable, he made me want to fucking die, dude. And he has worked there for 12 years, and he's caused problems all that time, and he's got a promotion during that time. And nobody's, you know, done anything about it, so I just said, you know, nobody's going to help me, nobody's going to do anything about this guy, so I just quit. And I don't know if I should try to go back to talk to the store manager or what. If you're watching this video, give me some advice, you know, on what I should do on that front. If I do go back to work at that store, I honestly probably would prefer working in the bakery, so I might... if you're watching and you want to give advice, give me some advice on what I should do. You know? Obviously, if you're watching, I would appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe, but that goes for every fucking YouTuber. As we all know. Rain. These things are the absolute worst. I hate these things the most. I kind of don't like the controls. How you can, like, misclick on stuff super easy if you're using a mouse. I assume controller's a little better with that. You just walk up to something and there's a swing button. You don't point and click at something. But I am a mouse and keyboard guy, unfortunately. I am going to be moving too in a few days after recording this. So I'm going to try to pre-record a few videos with this backdrop. I'm currently staying in my grandparents' basement while I'm in the process of moving. I'm moving with my parents, so, you know, nothing crazy there, but yeah. Yeah, it'll be a nicer backdrop eventually, hopefully, maybe. But who knows? Maybe if you are Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Millennial, whatever, and you have family that you despise, like you have like boomers in your family, they're just like this way, this way, this way, no other way, blah blah blah. Things cannot change. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to do YouTube, like, at such a young age, and I started doing it, and I even, you know, got a little bit of, I didn't mean to do that, I even got a little bit of traction doing YouTube, and, but then people made fun of me, talked me down, and then my family didn't, you know, support me at that point, you know, and I was in like 5th or 6th grade or something like that. And my family didn't support me in those endeavors, so I ended up just stopping. And if I had consistently did it, who knows what could have happened, you know? And I'm going to try to do this at least a little consistently. And I hope that you guys will, you know, support me, but I hope I get somewhere with this. You know what I mean? But I really don't suspect that I will. I never get anywhere with anything. But if you have family that is like I just said, and you would like to spite them, to show them, you know, hey, this is possible, things aren't the way it was whenever you were around, there are more jobs, more things to do besides work in a factory, you know, or do this shitty blue collar thing. Like, most of the things that I've wanted to do have been white collar, and specifically my mother's parents have just completely, like, dissuaded me and, like, manipulated me out of doing it. Like, had I done what I wanted, you know, from the time I was in middle school, like 6th grade, whenever I was first forming, like, what I really wanted to do, I would have ended up going to college to learn how to develop video games, how to make video games. And I would currently be halfway through college, and I'd be able to get out of college in 2 years and hopefully get a job at some studio making games. My dream was Bethesda. But my grandparents completely manipulated me into thinking college was total bullshit and this and that, and you shouldn't do what you want to do, blah 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 blah. You should do something practical. And then they manipulated me into going to vocational school for electrical, and that was one of the worst experiences for my life. Like, my teacher made it a living hell. He didn't like me in particular. I wasn't the perfect student, right? I wasn't the complete ideal student. I goofed around and stuff, but not a lot compared to, at least a third of the other students in the class. Like, they goofed around more than I did. And it just sucked. I got out of high school, tried to get jobs doing electrical. No electrician hired me, they all just blew me off. I've done blue collar, I've done roofing and shit. Shit is not fun. I've worked in restaurants, done fast food, retail. This job that I applied to was a sales job. I thought that would be kinda nice, but now until I get a job, everybody's just going to be, oh, this place is hiring, this place is hiring. That's nice, honey. "200 years ago, I could have just gone out into the woods, shot a deer, brought it back to a town, sold the meat and hide, and fed myself. Had decent money to do whatever. Or kept the meat and fed myself with that. You didn't have to go work at some company for some assholes that, you'll never see, that make 1,000 times more money than you do. You can just live for yourself. That's what I want to do. I want to do what I am doing in this game right now. But you can't do that anymore. This dude worked at... Your dude in this game, or gal in this game, worked at fucking Amazon, basically. And they got tired of it because they were so miserable of working a normal job. And they went and got their grandfather's farm that they inherited. They went to their grandfather's farm, and now they're, I'm repairing it and shit. This. Ideal. Simple. Why do I have to pay taxes? Why can't the people, in a given area just, maintain their roads with their own money? Have private fucking road companies and then communities just pool money together whenever their roads start to get bad. I'm sure, you know, if that were how things were, like in the neighborhood I'm in, if the roads were super bad, you know, potholes everywhere, blah 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 blah, I'm sure everybody, like you could have a community meeting or put, you know, flyers out on everybody's door saying, hey, we're going to do a fundraiser, you know, if everybody pitches in this amount, we can fix the roads, you know, get them nicely done. You know, and it wouldn't be an unreasonable amount if everybody did it. You'd have some greedy, you know, schnoz bags that wouldn't, you know, hand over the money. They wouldn't give any money to it, to the cause, but it would still be better than, you know, if you're living in like rural California, right? Like out in the middle of nowhere in the desert or in the mountains, all of your tax dollars are going to LA and stuff, in San Francisco, in San Diego, development into those cities. Okay? Like, people... Something I often see is people like to say, oh, these southern states, so they're so poorly educated, blah, 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 blah. And stuff like that. And it's because the tax dollars from those regions that are so poorly, you know, educated and stuff, all the tax dollars from the rural regions, it all goes to the cities, to the capital city and the immediate area around that. That's what they don't understand. It goes to the education of those areas. It's essentially gentrification of your tax dollars. It's absolutely insane. Like, I don't know, man. Let me deposit my crap first. Yeah, let me know if you'd like to see Stardew Valley, Minecraft, some other game. I'm gonna do readings. I might try to do full ASMR audiobooks. I don't know how well that will go with copyright, but if I take some creative liberty and do like voices and stuff, like, I don't know. I mean, the main book I want to read is The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and Silmarillion and such. Additionally, that's a given. Potentially the Warhammer books, but Games Workshop is very uptight about their copyright, so I don't know how well that would go. I don't have the physical books either for any of the Warhammer stuff. And I'm a Warhammer fantasy guy, more than 40k. I'll indulge in 40k now and then, but through and through, I like fantasy, man. Age of Sigmar isn't that interesting to me, especially since I'm, you know, a fantasy fan. I started talking about Warhammer, all my female viewers just left. No, I promise it's not that bad, ladies. I promise. Everybody else. It's a problem with everybody else. Please, please. I'm okay. I'm fine. I promise. This is getting pretty near where I want to cut it off. We're at 21 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to edit this one too much, just because it's already at that, 20-minute sweet spot, I would say. But this is, soft talking. This is my whisper. My whisper. If you're still here, let me know if you like the whisper or the soft talking. And with that said, my name has been Rhino, and I will see you all later. Hopefully very, very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, that was a little